Dungeon. Today we're bringing you the continuing adventures of my latest attempt at bringing an ice gnoll to fruition and success and dominance, and I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah. Looks like we are online, and looks like the stream is up. Only one way to be sure. Can you see my mouse moving around? You can. Good. I should probably hide the mouse cursor since I so rarely use it. Anyway. Where last we left off, I had had a very close brush with death and then come out alive. I was considering, or had already memorized, I had memorized Orb of Destruction and had that more or less ready to go. I had not memorized Spellsforge Servitor, which now that I think about it is probably not a terrible pickup. I also, for some bizarre reason, took Shadow Creatures. I guess it's not a bad pickup. You certainly can beat the game with that. And I had come across a deadly unique named Sonja over here, and was still trying to decide how best to deal with her. I think at this point we just go in for it. If I wanted to, I could memorize Passable, switch to a dagger, and try to stab her. Was she wielding a distortion weapon? I think she was, or pain weapon. Laja Tongue of Pain. Yep, so she is definitely capable of hurting me. Let's try to get her confused. Good. That makes this fight much easier. And we are armored. And now we'll start beating her up with Orbs of Destruction. A couple times. And that was a miscast, and I don't know where she went. Oh, there she is. I said Sandra, but this was not Sandra. This was Agnes. That's my bad. I'm running lower on mana than I'd like. We'll ice the arena, and there we go. She's down. Probably she wasn't as scary as I was thinking of her as, but after my near brush with death, I'm just a little on edge. Okay, that's all cleared up. And on we go. So, yesterday, or yesterrun, I should say, I discovered the glory that is Okuzobu's refrigeration. Now that I know of it, it's going to be very hard for me to play without it. Ever. Because it's just so effective. Okay, clearly they're a summoner and we're a summoner. This is not going to end well. So I'm just going to start getting out of range now. But before I run, I'm going to slug them with my refrigerator and see what happens. They'll kill my own summons too, but if I can kill the Necromancer, and I got him, then when I come back, this is going to be a much easier fight. In the meantime... Why are you wearing a... aura? Oh, you're near Elementalist altar. That's fine. There's only one of you? I don't buy that. There we go. This is worth refrigerating. Much bigger group. Refrigerate. And there we go. We got them all. Josephine, not that scary. Oh, I can't switch weapons because I intentionally wielded a draining weapon with a massive int bonus, and I want to say resist necro? No, resist cold. But, in so doing, I'm obviously limited in what I can do to damage others. Okay, got you. Why don't you guys just go ahead and start a summon battle in the middle of this hall until I'm ready to move. There we go. Very good. Unfortunately, that Orb of Destructions did not hit the targets, so we're just going to run for it. I actually am a little nervous about doing post-endgame without having a means of channeling mana as a mage. I've always relied on Crystal Ball of Energy plus Necromutation plus some variation of... Oh, wow, I'm taking a lot of damage. Plus some variation of Clarity to play my post-endgames. Now that those tools are gone, I'm not sure what exactly it will take to win. I can still play a Lich, for torment immunity, but I would be very vulnerable to taking damage and having no way to heal out of it, since there's no longer a wand of healing. Boy howdy, am I ever not worried about you. Oh, whoa, whoa. The vampire mage, on the other hand, I am worried about. There we go. Got him. And yeah, while I have staircases, I can always retreat and heal, and in so doing, get my mana back. But with Pandemonium, and especially Abyss, there aren't always staircases. With the Tomb, it's even worse. And don't even get me started on a Ziggurat. I'll need some other way to make myself a safe retreat. Nice rocks. My orb is bigger. Oh wait, we're on the bottom floor? Oh dang. Juggernauts are scaries. Juggernaut zombies, much less so. We are now back and strong. We are trying to melee a zombie. I don't know what got into me. We're gonna retreat for the upper staircase. And let my minions guard my escape. Yeah, meleeing that guy was dumb. I should just be orbing him. Fridge. Whoa, that was a impressive Vorpal shortbow. But I guess it doesn't matter, because I'm not going to be wielding and unwielding my bow anytime soon. Good. We got the first of the actuars. I'm backing off a little bit. Oh, perfect. I got a troll. Less perfect. Troll dies. Why don't one of you come upstairs with me and I'll just deal with you on my own. And the other one, step into my trap, Starling. There you go. Okay, that's enough Yak Wars to justify a fridge. And boom. That shadow will not last long against this wall. I've already been in the spider den. I've fought bigger spiders than you. There's a constant string of enemies coming from this area. I don't even know what's in it yet. Okay, there's that Juggernaut zombie. You'll notice that his health is still low. Zombies do not heal, which means you can use hit and run strategies against them incredibly effectively. That was not good. One of the biggest downsides of playing online is that sometimes you'll hit a button and nothing will happen, so you'll hit it again, and then it'll turn out it was a lag spike, so it will actually count both the button presses. And that can actually result in you making very blunderous moves. Sometimes. The biggest advantages of playing online is that you've got total synchronization between your saves. Boom! Yes. Kablam! So there's a staff and a statue in there, and that's about it. And we have now reached the bottom of the dungeon. When last we were in the spider pit, I don't remember what it was that led me to leave precisely, but I think it was just my freak out that I had nearly died. In that time, however, I think I've gotten the means of flight. I don't remember how. No, none of this. There we go. I have evocable flight on this ring. So if desired, I can spend an MP, gain flight, and have flight for a couple hundred turns. It's still not ideal. I would like more than that, but that is enough to at least enter the swamp and see what happens. Not that you need flight to get through the swamp, it just makes it better. Okay, right off the bat, we've got a really, really good fight on our hands. Cersei is scary, because she can turn you into a pig, abjure your summons, and slow you. But I'm on the stairs. Best possible place to get into a fight. So we're gonna start by refrigerating everything. And I accidentally did something different than I meant to there, but that's fine. I made up for it, and we're just gonna leave. So we did pretty good for starting. We got porcolated, which is not good, so we're just gonna leave until it goes away. And then we'll come back down again. Okay, why don't you come up with us, and we'll kill you upstairs. Eventually, this is going to end badly for her. We're going to turn up our AC. She doesn't have any means of dealing massive damage to me is the thing. She can turn me into a pig, which doesn't actually do anything bad. She can summon monsters, at which point I can run away. I can't beat her with summons. Can she see invisible? She can. Okay, that's out. She's not vulnerable to any particular thing. I'll just Orb of Destruction her from melee range till she's gone. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It really helps that her retinue of monsters and the other monsters around me all just went down to a few slugs with refrigeration. And that's exactly what I needed in that situation. Come as close as I dare before refrigerating a couple times to take maximum number of enemies out. That's a good number. I feel really good about refrigerating 3 at once. 2 at once, less so. I remember when resist poison was perfectly effective, or almost so. Now it's like, you'll still get poisoned eventually, just not as often or as much. I don't need Scroll of Silence. There are very few circumstances where I would want to silence others at the cost of silencing myself. Are you like highly resistant to cold or something? No, you're just not taking much damage. Okay. There's not going to be a lot of up staircases on this floor, only the one, so the usual stair dancing rules don't apply. But I will experiment with these down staircases to see if I have a safe haven somewhere while exploring the upstairs. Oh, ouch. Okay, we're getting beat up here. Let's run. Full heal, and come back. Slug 'em. Slug 'em good. Slug 'em real good. Slug 'em all. Ghost crab, eh? And out we go. Okay, I'll keep exploring now. It's not a safe haven exactly, but it's much better than it was when I first turned up there. I have some knowledge of heavily guarded floor, and frankly, in a pinch I can go there, but I would rather stay upstairs, is kind of what I'm taking from it. Then go down those 2 stairs, which are clearly both being bull guarded pretty well. Bunyips are scary. I don't know what they are exactly, but they hit hard. But refrigerate is also very dangerous. So, I guess who's in the worst shape, them or me? Sentinel's mark? Good. I invite the company. I will hide in my fortress of solitude. And then I will refrigerate things that come to visit. Perfect. Alright, we are explored. This is a ghost crab and a Spriggan druid. I will see if I can pull one of them upstairs with me, actually. Perfect. Take them on one at a time. Much better. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Will of the Wisps used to look a lot less scary when they weren't vibrant colors. I hope bunyips aren't like alligators where they're super powered if they're in water. The shambling mangrove can actually be a pain. I'm just gonna run away before it summons swarms of hornets, and then I'll deal with it later. Oh, hornet, come up. Good. Floor cleared. Another shambler, huh? No gripping me with your grippy vines, Mr. Grippa. Mr. Grippa. Fire orb. Massive destruction. Ooh! Artifact weapon. Always a sucker for a cool artifact. Which unfortunately often makes me a sucker for a bad artifact. Yeah, drop the Scimitar of Flaming to make room. Then identify. Corrosion on removal with Pip of RF. I have a lot of +7 swords. Anyway, for the time being, Int Plus makes my current weapon a better general purpose weapon. So we'll stick with that for now. I'm gonna have to slug this guy again. Oh, no, not next to the bunyip. Here. There we go. Shambling mangrove. I'll pull him upstairs with me. It's like you don't commit to the refrigeration unless you know for sure, or mostly for sure, that you'll be able to clear out your enemies, or at the very least finish before, finish enough to get away. Because if you don't do that, you're going to end up getting punished when you can't use potions to heal out or throw off what they did to you. I guess I don't need a potion of flight while I'm wearing a ring that evokes the same. So I would certainly rather have a wand. Enslaving a bat to block a hallway is a time-honored tactic. Fridge. Oh, that's the other problem is I keep expecting to go ZQ for my primary offensive when I've put the refrigerator on what I would put Fireball on, which is R. That's a bit of a... I don't have resist electricity, do I? I think I had an amulet that resists electricity. We're gonna put that on right now. It doesn't matter that I'm taking damage. I can't afford to be in melee with Tesla without electric resistance. Now that I have that on, I can start pounding things. Last mana will be used to confuse him. Standing in the water is generally a bad idea with him. Hey, you know that potion I didn't need? It would have been nice to have. I don't have Blink, so teleport wouldn't be a terrible thing to do right now. Let's get out of the water. That's for sure. He's got a +4 Rapier of Electrocution. I've got 15 AC. No, we need to get out of here now. All of the blockage in the world is not going to make me feel any better when I die. Okay, good. Good. We'll have a round 2 against him later. I can definitely win that fight. I just wasn't going to win it that time. Let's see what's next. Masterwork Monitor. Man, they're just showering me with these free artifacts. Normally I'd have had to buy at least a couple by now. I would say I don't need the Falchion of Amador at this point. I'm not likely to equip it with a corrosion penalty on removal anytime soon. But then again, it is a pip of RF, and my only other source of resist fire is a ring slot, which I don't want to give up. None of these are good to drop. I guess I could give up the Potion of Ambrosia while I have a Potion of Magic. It's just decidedly less good. And then I'll ID this. Yeah, there's no way I'm ever taking RF minus. So, that's just a non-starter. There's Tesla again. This time I do resist electricity off the bat. I also have acrobatics. The real trick would be... I'm willing to teleport again if I have to, so let's just blindly freeze him once and see how we do. Not very good. Okay, back off, back off, back off. He's gonna follow you in, and then when he gets to the doorway, we fire the Orb of Destructions. And I say destructions plural because I'm gonna do another. In theory, this will really hurt him. In practice, I'm gonna need another plan now. My other plan could be summons of some variety. Let's give another turn for that to hit him, and then we'll read the Scroll of Summoning, so that I save on mana. And then we'll all-out attack him. He's gonna... Yep, he used his electrical arc to take them out very quickly. Naturally. We'll put on my ice armor, and root myself in this position. Try and get some poisons off while I can. There, he is as sick as possible, so he's not going to live forever. I could slug him with ice one more time, but I like that I can use potions again, so I'm going to hold off. I'm going to use an Orb of Destruction. As long as I don't miscast, he's probably gone. There we go. Careful, clever usage. That's how we did it. Ooh, Cloak of Preservation. Preservation used to prevent item destruction, but item destruction is out of the game now, so I'm not even sure what it would do anymore. And certainly I'll take his bonus gloves, because, you know, straight upgrade to gloves is always good. Okay, so what does this do? Provides partial protection from all sources of acid and corrosion, so it's just resist corrosion on the cloak. It's not that good, but I actually don't need the resist cold cloak anymore, because I already have RC+++ on my weapon. Oh, hey, you doing well? Nice, have fun. Oh. So, if I don't need that, then I guess I don't need to worry. Let's, yeah, we'll totally put on a cloak with slightly more armor class to it, no problem. And there we go, floor cleared. Also, before I forget, I should take off this amulet. I wasn't wrong to not want to be slowed before, and I'm not wrong to not want to be slowed now. Although, I am wrong to not check for other amulets, because I'm bound to have... Yep, see, I found amulets before, and I am not wearing any. Spirit Shield is awful, so I don't want that one. But Amulet of Magic regen would be awesome, and Amulet of Reflection would also be awesome, I think. Blocks incoming attacks, can reflect blocked ranged attacks. So, not Repel Missile, more like a Shield of Reflection. I would rather not get that effect instead of Magic Regen. Magic Regen would save me... Magic Regen wins games. Yeah, we're gonna go back for that, for sure. I guess I remember now, I was at the store and I tunnel visioned really hard on the awesome ring. And I guess I was about to quit for the night, so I forgot to check. So, did I buy the wrong amulet? I bought the wrong amulet. Son of a gun. Well, anyway, I don't need, Ambrosia, I think it was, that I decided I don't need. Yeah, I bought the wrong amulet. Thank God I'm a Gozog worshiper. I'd be even sadder to have lost that much money. But we'll take Magic Regen. And now, we are much more capable than we were just a bit ago. Honestly, I feel pretty good about, power levels so far. I'm casting all this stuff pretty reliably. Orb of Destruction is still leaves some leaves things a little bit wanting. Blow that up. When I say a little bit wanting, though, clearly not enough wanting to stop me from making good use of it. So, I'm pretty sure New Swamp is 4 floors deep, and 4 floors... And of course, the 4th floor is the most challenging. But if things stay at roughly this level of challenge, I should be okay. There's so much fun. There we go. Another bog body. Yeah, see, as much as I love Okazuba's refrigeration, for single target massive damage, it's hard to argue with Orb of Destruction from range. As long as the room is shaped in such a way that you're likely to hit your target, you're gonna get massive damage, and it's irresistible. It's not elementally resistible. Which is one of the most common kinds of resistance for... Oh man, that thing camouflaged. I actually didn't see it. And it's still not dead. This is not good. Let's blast it hard, please. Yeah, just acid the thing. Thank you. That bunyip literally camouflaged. I thought it was a tree. Which it was not. I can't speak to anyone but me, but when I hear the name bunyip, I think of like, oh, it's a cute little bunny rabbit that yips. That is not the case. It is some kind of vicious Australian animal. Which, again, I hate to be redundant, but it's an Australian animal. Of course it's vicious. Outback will mess you up, man. Keep Crocs good and... Am I just really, really weak or something? I'm taking a lot of damage anytime these guys actually get through my defenses. I guess I am wearing a robe and nothing else, so... Well, I'm wearing leather armor, yeah, no, I'm taking a surprising amount of damage from things that I wouldn't expect to do a surprising amount of damage to me. Ugh, constantly having to choose between my favorite kids. I'm wearing preservation, so let's ditch corrosion for now. Brand weapon... I kind of like this being a flaming spear, to be honest with you. I don't want it to be vorpalized, so yeah, we're just gonna let that fizzle. Brand weapon is very useful to some classes. I am not one of them. My weapon will almost always be an artifact, and therefore bonusing at this stage of the game, and therefore bonusing it will not be allowed. And a +9/+9 weapon that offers me no resistance or intelligence boosting is gonna be inferior to an intelligence +5 weapon. Every time. Yeah, I'm really glad I picked up Orb of Destruction. Even as much as I'm loving refrigeration, and I am, there are just situations where it's not the correct spell to choose. Oh, you see what just happened? I accidentally tried to walk into deep water and lived. One of my earliest crawl experiences, I want to say in 0.8 or 0.9, was attempting to crawl into water just like that by mistake. And then it actually letting me go in, and me nearly drowning and struggling back to the surface or something, and permanently losing certain scrolls or items or whatnot. And all over a typo, and that was like really frustrating to me, but it was one of the first important lessons I had, which is crawl is not nice and it's not going to hold your hand. You gotta be playing your best because it is going to demand your best. Get into a flow state, but don't fall into a flow pattern. Yeah, we're just going to get out of here before this thing hurts us. Boom, boom, bye bye. Okay, Swamp 3, cleared. Swamp 4. Is this the bottom? This is the bottom. This is the rune branch. This is the be aware or you will be rare. Everything can kill you and nothing is safe. Swamp. Making as much noise as lobbing orbs of destruction tends to do will almost certainly attract attention. Attention I am willing to attract when standing on a staircase. I'm pretty sure that's the orb chamber, actually. Pretty sure. Somehow the trees are angry. There's a druid I can't see somewhere, and he's made the trees angry. We're gonna have to start slugging until... Yep. A couple refrigerations later, that cleared out the trees, it cleared out the... berserker, it cleared out everything, that's good. Spriggans are nasty, man. Not a fan. I should clarify, enemy Spriggans. I grew up playing actual Spriggans, so, no. We don't need to stand and fight. I'm gonna go somewhere else. So that's probably the nearest to the orb chamber. This looks like it's significantly further away, so we'll work our way over from here next. Another Spriggan Druid. Let's get into a position where we can lob. Yep. Close the distance, and there we go. Wizardry beats int plus 6 times 2, and because of that truth, we'll lose the Ring of Intelligence. Random effects I'm never going to use, because I now have enough chosen effects that a random one would be unnecessary. Where's that ID scroll that I didn't pick up? There it is. ID this, please. Slayage, resist fire, and see invisible. That's a nice leather armor. That actually might do more for me than Archmagi, to be honest. Well, no, Archmagi is power. No matter how much power you have, how can you ever say no to more? Okay. This is fighting my way to that staircase. There are going to be at least 2 hydras on the way. This is the safe retreat. I kind of favor the safe retreat right now. This is less because I need it, and more because I'm playing on stream, and I'd like you guys to know that I know how to play correctly. Correct thing to do is to not engage. So now I have a pretty clear view of the dungeon. This whole tree line is now secured. I should be fairly confident that nothing is going to come back and bite me, in theory. So now we can start working our way towards the second exit, with the confidence that we can always retreat towards the first. Unfortunately, the distance between the first and the second exits is very large. We're gonna go ahead and freeze here to deal with the hornets. Oh, perfect. Double Hydra, double freezer. 24 mana later, I killed 2 hydras. Jeez. Knock 'em out, knock 'em out, knock 'em out. They're all down. Watch the dragon. Dragon, dragon, rock the dragon, dragon balls. There's another druid. The reason I prefer using Okuzoba's refrigeration on druids is because it's harder to dodge. Spriggans move fast and they have a high evade stat. The evade stat doesn't really help against Orb of Destruction, but the high movement speed means that they could position themselves in such a way as to make it not work. Okay, we have fought and cleared the pathway between Staircase 1 and 2, and as long as we keep making an abundance of noise, we should be able to attract more and more targets to come to me. Oh, also update. So, I mentioned before that leaving all these gold piles out, every one of them has a chance to distract my opponent because of the ability from Gozog that gold can sometimes distract your opponents. Apparently that is no longer the case. While certainly gold can distract your opponents, you no longer have to leave physical piles on the floor. The game will give you credit for them even if you don't leave the pile down, which is, needless to say, a massive, massive quality of life buff. It lets auto-explore be used without technically being inefficient to pick up gold piles. Otherwise, the efficient thing to do would be leave the gold, turn off auto-explore to pick up gold, and only pick it up manually when everything is done. Instead, it now uses the gold in my pocket, the gold on the ground, and the fact that I killed an enemy who dropped gold recently, and factors all of that in when deciding whether or not my gold should distract. Okay, good. Swamp Drake? So, oh no. I fired an orb at this guy, and then he yanked me towards him, and now the orb is gonna hit me. I need to travel out of the way immediately. Whew! That could have gone much worse if he had found a way to keep me in position. That would have been the most creative way to die, actually, is fire an orb at something, get yanked into the path of the orb that you fired. This is a fire sword, right? Yes. No, it's a vorpal sword. So hitting a Hydra with it is a bad idea. We'll just freeze him. Come on. I was correct. This was the rune chamber. There were lots and lots of Hydras, but now... Decaying rune is mine! That felt good. That felt really good. Alright, well, we've cleared out the swamp, which means flight is no longer a consideration for a while. Oh, do I have identify scrolls? Yes. Go to that mace and see what it is. Oh no, I already identified it. Yeah, I remember now. It wasn't very good. Next, we will attempt the spider nest. I don't have to do this now, so I should really feel safe to retreat at will. But I feel like I can do it now, so I should. Asterion, I finally have a plan for. And that plan is... Orb of Destruction. He blocked the first orb. This is not good. He got hit by the second one. That's better. That's much better. Do I want to rage out against him? He has a 10% chance to evade. And that's it. I'm pretty sure I could take him in a straight fight. It's a choice between using my potion of magic, blinking away from him and hitting him again, or berserking and just taking him out as a berserker. I think I can win as a berserker. I'm going to take my chances. If I'm wrong, I will back off quickly. Sticky flame. There, he's done. He's done. Leather armor of will, +3, kite shield. I should actually try out the shield and see how bad it is. Because the kite shield is not a very difficult shield to wear. And I'm not wearing anything in my shield slot right now. Do I ditch? No, I'm in the spider den. I still need poison resist. Let's ditch Scrolls of Immolation and Potions of Mutation. If I ever want to be mutated or unmutated, I'll come back for that. In the meantime, so, put on the Kite Shield. My castability is still very good, 16%. If I take off the Kite Shield, it is 12%. Yeah, a 4% difference is not sufficient to give up 12 shield skill. We're going for it. My attack speed is still above average anyway. And this is the place where I nearly died to Agnes yesterday when I wasn't paying enough attention. But now, I am paying attention. You all gonna die. This is not the bottom of the spider pit, so it's not the hardest it gets. However, I don't have sea invis. Oh, I do! So it means I'll see a ghost moth before it kills me. That's great. That's just PG. What is my strategy for dealing with ghost moths right now? I don't have a good one. I can certainly teleport away from them. So I shouldn't die to them. I might just get irritated, but I won't die, hopefully, to them directly. But I would have been smart to carry Ambrosia with me. So far so good. So far so safe. So far so good. Good job. Alright. Oh, artifact robe. Scarf of some variety. And only a 1 spider? Come on, this is too good to be true. It is too good to be true. Freeze them. Freeze them again. I had a D&D group once, and I described a room very much like this, and they spent the whole time convinced that there were 6 enemies behind that wall. Well, and then there were a couple. Right now I have the same problem. I'm convinced that there are 6 enemies I can't see. But it looks like this is just a nice booty box. Or booty cache. Or booty. Or whatever the hell they call them. Booty spot. Okay. Let's see what kind of scarf we've got. And at this point, do I just get rid of the Curari tips? Oh, I can lose a resist to corrosion ring. I don't need that anymore. Glow scarf. What do you got? Poly resist on a scarf is really just giving me RF, and that's it. Because I already have RC++ on my weapon. I think I would rather have... Well... I definitely am thinking about which one of these is better. For now, it's pretty clear to me I don't need the pip of RF as badly. But long term, that might actually be the better of the two. Than having a little bit of AC that the cloak gives me. What I really want is a scarf of repel missiles. That would be awesome for the depths. All those times I'm going to get bolts fired at me and rocks fired at me in the vaults. My god. Also, it looks like somebody has joined our stream. Hey there, how's it going? Hope all's well. Come on. Spiders are actually unusually susceptible to poison. So they can both dish it. They dish it, but they also can't. They dish it, but they can't take it. I guess is what I'm trying to say. They dish it out, but they can't handle it very well. And I remember I left here because I wasn't dealing with demonic crawlers particularly effectively. So now that I have Orb of Destruction, I have a tool to use against them. Alrighty, let's see. More monsters, eh? Slug 'em and freeze 'em. Slug 'em and freeze 'em. Poison. Stack it up, rack it up, rack it up. Back it up, back it up. Jack it up, jack it up. So all 3 entrances are right in a cluster with each other. This actually is really bad for me. It means that if I somehow get pushed off this location, I'm going to have a hard time finding a way to get back in. Pardon me 1 second. So where do we go from here? I guess we explore in a tight circle around this area. So that I have at least for as long as possible, a quick retreat, and so I don't get flanked. How am I doing for magic mapping? Do I have lots? I got lots. Let's go ahead and burn one. Okay, so if I had to guess, this is the rune chamber on the right. This is a mini vault of some kind on the left. And they actually put me in a very fair location. It's not too hard to reach. You know, you can ignore that. I don't care about Potions of Might particularly. One more bites the dust. Heal up. I'm just very cognizant of the fact that it's not going to take a lot for this to go from a walk in the park to death, because, you know, you get caught in a spider web, you get ambushed. Whoa. Teleport trap. Yeah, see, that kind of thing. Let's get their attention and then run. And then while we're running, we'll try and find an excuse to refrigerate them. I mean, if they're not... It's like they know what I'm doing, because they're not overcommitting, they're not sending more troops at me. Okay. Maybe I just overmatch this area now. Like, not counting demonic crawlers and ghost moths, and I guess king scorpions and the like, all of which can and do show up in the last floor. The basic spiders are of no consequence. I'm gonna risk turning off potions to slug these guys. I swear, it's like they knew that's what I was doing and were waiting for me to do it so that they could commit. Nice and good. Stack the poison. Pop them. Alright, we've gotten our head pretty deep. Now that we're coming back out, we're going to explore the left. One of the most important things you can learn about clearing out these branch ends, rune chambers, Zot, etc. is try to clear as much ground as you can that isn't in the chamber with the rune first, and then go to inside the rune chamber, because you're going to at some point possibly get force teleported or want to hit a random teleport, and having the most safe ground to retreat to is important. Oh man, I just walked right into this guy. Quickly drop as much as I can before I get drained. So I actually managed to get off of quite a few spells before getting drained there, and that made a huge difference. We're at full mana, full HP. What more can you do to us? Oh, right. That. Lots of ambrosia. Let's call a spade here and recognize that I'm not actually going to use all of those ones at once. I would probably rather paralyze than enslave most of the time. Well, not really. Too many options. So I'm only throwing this on here because it's been so long since I found a good pair of boots. I'd rather upgrade this one a little bit further. I don't need flight anytime soon. Definitely don't need... What's my evocations at anyway, with all this training? Not that much. Oh, right. There's no point carrying arrows if you've already decided you're not going to carry a bow. So, yeah, that's what's going to go first. Ooh, artifact gloves. Emperor Scorpion, as predicted. Whatever poison is on me is pretty effective. I'm gonna back off until it's cured completely. Okay, you want to take me? Jesus. That'll help. Let's corrode the guy. Crowd him up. He's corroded. He's confused. He's beaten to death. He's gone. I guess I don't need to carry Brilliance with me just yet. I'm a ways off from being on the border again. And I would love to know what this is. Noise. Actually, that's perfect. Make noise, run. refrigerate. I want you coming at me. Refrigerate because there are 3 spiders in view. Refrigerate one more time. Now that I've gotten the bulk of the spiders taken care of, we'll whack you with an orb. And heal up. Oh, that was not good. Alright, I'm gonna back off. Check these gloves out. And, gloves. Let's see. Oh! Oh, yes! Oh my god, yes. So, artifacts are not bound by the same restriction as non-artifact armors of like a cap of 2 for gloves and cloaks and such. You can have -5 or -3 or plus whatever. This is a +5 pair of gloves. That is so far beyond the maximum that even if there was nothing else on it, that would be a worthy consideration. But then you throw in intelligence +4, and it gives me a resist that I currently am lacking. It gives me a necro resist. And at this point, I can wear a cloak of cold resist or a scarf of cold resist and unwield this weapon and have 2 tiers of cold resist by itself. So this weapon is suddenly a hell of a lot less good than it used to be. I'll keep it for the N+4, but I could truly get rid of it at this point and not miss the resistances. So, yeah, we're let me put it this way. I'm probably going to be wearing these gloves when I die. Whether I win the game or lose the game, I don't think I'm going to find a better pair this entire game. And, yeah, and now my OD is down to 12% castability. I can get Spellforge Servitor down to 12% fail already. I mean, I'm a Gnoll, so obviously I'm training all the schools. Ignition is at 65%. I'm so close to just being the Ice Fire Mage I need to be. I'm gonna make an honest effort to clear out this chamber, take the rune, and then call it. But we'll see how things go. The only thing I can see really slowing me down in here is ghost moths. And they are going to slow me down in here. And if they come, I'm going to have to hit teleport and run, probably. Or come up with some better strategy until I get a good engage. Basically, keep re-engaging until the engage is good enough to win it. Because they resist most of my means of attack. They force things into a melee fight, and I do not feel very good at a melee fight right now. Though admittedly, better than my average mage would be, since as a Gnoll I've been training melee this entire time. Because I've been training everything this entire time. Can you just come here? Oh, don't want to polymorph you. I'll just cut you into pieces. How's that? Refrigerate. There's 3 of them. Back off. Wait for all of the buffs to come back online. Debuffs to drop. Poke my nose in deeper and deeper and deeper and oh. Okay, there's the ghost moth. I think that because it's not looking right at me yet, I'm gonna keep trying to refrigerate it to death. And I did not succeed. But I have one last cast. I can either go armor or I can go freezy walls, and I choose freezy walls. But it picks the one space that makes that irrelevant, but I did just hit it and take it out. What a friggin' mess. I can't believe how much advantage... So it took 5 refrigerations and it still didn't die. That proves to me that refrigeration is not the way to go. Ooh. Also, hello there, VTTVT. I didn't know that was a thing. But I could definitely... But I'm on Discord, so that shouldn't be too hard. Do you mind dropping a link for me? And thank you for the recommendation. I didn't even notice you come in, and hey, always nice to have someone watch the stream. Yeah, let's continue to clear out the outside. I'll bet you there are monsters inside there that can't open the door. And the moment I open the door, I'm going to be faced with some life and death decisions. So I'd like to make sure there's no ghost moths behind me to flank me when I'm running away from scorpions or something like that. This is, again, one of those things which, you know, your first time clearing out a chamber, you have no way of knowing, and you learn, but it takes more time and patience. but it is definitely worth periodically just making sure you're not going to get flanked more than you have to. And there are other ways. Hey, thank you for the link. I'll hop in there and next time I'm streaming, I'll drop a link. I'm almost done for this particular session. I'm pretty much at the end of this branch, but there's always next time. Anyway, yeah, so remember, I've already cleared all this stuff out, so why am I going back into it again? It's because, one, monsters can respawn based on different criteria, depending how long you've taken. Two, there's no guarantee that I got them all the first time. There's no guarantee I got them all the second or third time. But it doesn't hurt to go for a quick walk and kind of check, have I missed anything obvious? Alright, nice sleepy chamber. We'll just slug you all with Okuzobu's refrigeration. Refrigerate! And there we go. So, this is it. We got our first rune. We're prepped to get our second rune. There is one cool trick I could try. Oh, you know what? Now that I'm thinking of it, it's so obvious. I'm gonna drink invisibility before I go in there. I'm quite certain that there is a ghost moth in here, right? They can't see invisible. They can only be invisible. So, being able to stay invisible... There they are, all the ghost moths. They're not going to be able to drain me if they can't see me, and I'll get the full benefit of my entire mana tank. While they, poor bums, can do nothing about it. Normally, I would say that it's more important to be able to refrigerate, but that's not the choice I'm making here because I pre-drank the thing instead of waiting to need it later. I think an Ice Blast would be most prudent. I don't want to waste a single turn of invisibility. Here I'll attack melee and just take him out. Good, and now there's one Ghost Moth left. Disintegrate? There we go. Best use of invisibility potion I've had all round. Probably enough to win off this entire chamber off of. There is still one more unknown, but it's empty, and that means... Rune! 2 runes, of which I only had to acquire 1 at this time, but I've got them both. That will be... And did I miss any important artifacts that I was meant to go back for? An ichor-stained robe. Oh yeah, I cleared that vault and I completely forgot to check out the robe. Let's go and check it out while I'm here. But yeah, that's probably going to be it for now. RC minus N with S invis. So basically it's a resist necro as far as I'm concerned because I have 4 tiers of resist cold. And I have C invis in my wizardry ring that I never intend to take off either. So... yeah, this is actually a useless robe to me, and I'm just going to ditch it right here. I no longer require constant resistance of poison, so I can consider taking off this leather resist poison and going back to Robe of the Archmagus at this point. Take care, VTD, and thanks for the tip. Thanks for this link. I'll definitely shoot the word out there next time I stream. But yeah, with this all cleared out, swamp and spider completed. There are still some places I could poke my nose into if I was so inclined. Dungeon cleared out all the way down through depths. Orc cleared out. The vaults haven't been attempted yet. I can definitely start on the vaults. I don't know if I could finish them realistically at this power level, but I'm getting there. I should probably learn Spellforge Servitor at some point, and I'm getting very close to having the poly-resists needed to attempt the Elven Halls, or at least the early Elven Halls. This character is growing out beautifully, and I can't wait to see where I take it next. And unfortunately, I will have to wait, as will you. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.